Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Welcome to the... I just said it. Why am I going to say it twice? You don't need to say it twice if you said it once. Welcome everybody. Today we're going to talk about a controversial topic, if you don't mind. Hopefully it won't get taken down, it won't get taken off. I'm going to try and be careful with my wording and what I say, but it's something that a lot of you have been talking about, and yeah, I've done some studying. Back in the 1980s, the Georgia Guidestones was something that I found fascinating, and I looked into it and tried to understand it. So I'll break it down for you in my understanding as a healer over these past 2 decades. As a child, we're brought up to sometimes get a knife and, well, back in my days anyway, get a pocket knife, a pen knife, and unfortunately we didn't really think about trees too much, which we should have done. Have I ever done it? No, never, but I saw it, and it was John equals, or John loves Tracy, or Sharon loves I don't know, Dom, whatever. And there's something, this etching into something, writing. Yeah, even in the spiritual world, there is something that is used as a spell. And what it is if somebody hates you and somebody sends you bad eye, or they're jealous, or they do awful things, you write their name down on a piece of paper and you submerge it into water, normally something like a plastic or a bottle, and then shut the lid and put it into the freezer, so you freeze their name so they don't affect you. There's lots of spells, which they are, and rituals that people do. Rituals in the sand, they'll create symbolisms. You can then move on to other things which are written in stone. When something is written in stone, in most people's understanding, it means that it's true. That's very clever. That's, again, another way of, we call it psyop. It's basically a psychological way of brainwashing people to believe it's gospel, so it must be true. It's set in stone, it must be true. There's been many gold tablets. Joseph Smith is one of them, gold tablet, and so on, that everything, it must be right. If the 10 Commandments has come down by Moses, it must be real. So when you look at all of these things, and you know, especially the commandments, you realize that those commandments, it's a command. It's not something that we would basically share with love, but it tells you what you have to do. Basically what these things mean is that they are a way not to kind of give you an overall understanding of life, which might sound nice, but it's attached to some quite dark energy, because it's a manipulation. Because humans, in truth, all of us have an inherent ability to be kind and not to be kind, to be dark and to be light. This way of, what great idea, look at these commandments, they're great, we should follow them. But isn't it true that everything that we follow has led us to where we are now? And where are we now? We're more gullible than ever. We believe anything that is told to us, as you can quite clearly see on everywhere. The things that are promoted most now in the world are death, fear, child pornography, trafficking, rituals, evilness, and goodness and love and kindness isn't really in our understanding. Only a few people understand that. Only a few people grasp that, but everything else is fear. So when you see these Georgia Guidestones, to many people, they look at them and said, well, you know, some of the things that he said on there, kind of fair. I always stand back and can smell a rat a mile off. It's a kind of inherent ability that many of us have, and say, there's something not right about this. You don't just put something up and then say nothing, or have a mysterious energy, because the mysterious energy normally is bringing people into it. So there's a reason why it's not all clear. They do it deliberately. So that's a psyop when all said and done. It's a psyop. Just like, God gave me these tablets. I have a different take to that. I don't believe it's got anything to do with tablets, but that was just my understanding when I started learning from many people like Jordan Maxwell. However, going back to the Georgia Guidestones, if you look at some of those commandments, because it's the same thing, they are commandments. They're basically telling you what you have to do and what we have to do and what the world has to do. And basically, when you really look at it deep, you realize that these are ritual telegrams. So basically what's happening is this is an energy that is shared to the world, so the world sees it and creates it by their own thought. So first of all, when I heard that they were pulled down, I smelt a rat straight away. I knew nothing about what's happened to them, but there was something that played in my mind straight away as soon as that happened. And my friend equally said the same thing at the same time. So it's like, yeah, absolutely what I was thinking. So when you create something, it's normally because you're trying to create it. So my thought is a creation of whatever my thought is. So if I put it out there, then people are going to grab it. That's why I always say to you, be careful of what you think, because when you think about it, it's out there, then it's out for anybody to grab. That's why many people do the same thing in different countries. They grab the same energy. So if you're thinking of something or channeling something, then the chances are somebody else can channel it, because thinking is to do with the ether, the energy around. However, there's light and dark. So sometimes there's dark energy out there as well as light energy. That's yin and yang. So ritualistic behavior, psyops, is all exactly the same. It's just different words. So I'm going to create my world by doing certain things. I mean, on the Georgia Guidestones, one of the main things is that the Guidestones are predicting, because that's what they're doing, they're predicting the future of 500 million people to be on this planet. Because I think the last one what talks about something about, I can't remember, it's so long ago, something about the earth, and that we have to respect it and we have to give it space. It's the same thing. Everything that you read in it, it's a psyop. And basically what it's trying to tell you is that we are going to create a world that we hate useless eaters. That's you and I. So this is about elite. The elite. This is about, I'm not really bothered for the New World Order, but there are certain groups who believe that they are superior. And whenever you get the energy of people undermining other people, telling other people what to do and how to behave, then you've got an energy of, I think, I would say Marxism, but in theory, it's the energy of, let's say, what it's always been. You look back in history, if you believe that there are kings that rule over the slaves, that the slaves then create things, then you've always got a hierarchy. But yet when you read the stones, it kind of sounds pretty nice, but you've always got this energy of darkness interweaved into lies and manipulations. So you never hear Anil Schwab say to you that I'm going to take over the world, a few of us are going to take over the world, and we're going to destroy your life, we're going to destroy your food, we're going to destroy everything that you ever held dear, we're going to destroy the land, there's not going to be anything, and we're going to dictate to you what you can have, what you can't have. He's not going to say it that way, but he's going to say it with another twist. He's going to say it in a way that is projecting what is coming, but he'll say it so you're going to go, did he just say that? What did he mean by that? A bit like Bill O'Fence. Bill O'Fence says, we need to get the population down, and if we do it correctly, we can get it down to so. But then people will argue back and say, no, he didn't mean it that way. He meant it this way. Well, when you realize that these people are master manipulators of words and of everything that they work with and deal with, When they're thinking ahead, problem, reaction, solution, create the problem, get everybody to react. I want it. And then you've created the solution to the problem that you've created. It's like, it's genius. And that's why these people have books behind them that says how to manipulate statistics, how to manipulate the world, how to manipulate anybody around you, do you understand what I'm saying? So they have to do it in a way that the laymen, the people like us who are just going around trying to help and make a difference in the world and live just an earthly life and be happy, they just want to have total control over what you and I think, feel, breathe, what we can and can't do, because this is something within them that they believe, as from children growing up, they believe that they have this godlike energy, this God complex, that they are superior than you. I've spent my past 2 decades sharing one truth that I feel is so important that we share to the world to make the difference in the world. And that is that you are equal to anybody in the world. That's not to say that you are equal to the dark people, but you are equal in your energy, in your respect, in everything, integrity, in your power as a healer, in your power as a psychic and seer, in your power as a musician, you are anything and everything that anybody else is. Once you realize that, then we start to get on an equal level of love, respect, and in my opinion, that we have love in the world, that we have this respect, because, namaste, I honor you because of who you are, and you honor me because we are individuals, but we also have great unique gifts inside us. But what these people like Anil Schwab does is he tries to tell you that you are not good enough, you are a useless eater, you will be happy with nothing. And he is there to control you and to tell you that what is good and not good. He is the most unelected person. Who are you? Where have you come from? Who are you to dictate? Because that's what they're doing. What are you doing? Get away, shoo, sit down, you spoilt little brat. Who do you think? Sit down. Anil Schwab, sit down, stop being a bully to Jenny, stop being a bully to everybody else. No, you're not going to take over this classroom. Stop it. Stop it, or you're going to be punished. And this is how it is. They grow up as children to believe that they are special, unique, that they are the controllers, that they are these elite people that have to take care of this world and have to control you and I. And these are the most dangerous minds that cause the most dangerous havoc, and always look back in history, and those are the ones that changed the course of the world into dark times. And this is exactly what's happening now, just with Trudeau, all of the ones who are in this new world order, this idea of that they are now here to take over the world, to make their stamp. They are going to put in stone what is going to happen to the world. And if we say you all need something in your arm, you will have it in your arm. Everything that they do, it comes from the same energy. It's from the same World War II, World War I. It's all the same. It's darkness in different forms and manipulations. And the way they do it, they make it sound wonderful because they've got these flags and these powerful stars. And it's all a lie, guys. It's all a lie. Why do I think the Georgia Guidestones were very cleverly blown up? And how easy would it be for anybody who really wanted to know, and if the government and if the police wanted to know, they could find out in an afternoon. Why? They can take the controlled explosions, look at the powder, look at the control, and they'll know exactly where it came from, and they could find out within a day, a week. No, they don't want to find out because they know they've been told not to find out, to shut their mouth and just pull it down. And finally, why is it being pulled down? In this world, there are apparently 7 or 8 billion people. If you look at the Georgia Guidestones, the first thing it says is we need to bring the population down to 500 million. If you work out them figures and you ask yourself, what has the whole of this world taken that would possibly make this happen? Think about it. Think about it. What has everybody put inside their arm in these past few years? Think about it. In my humble opinion, they were blown up because these narcissistic psychopaths who practice dark arts, they've already accomplished what they needed to. They don't need them up anymore. It's already done. And in my opinion, in these coming months or year or whenever we have another scamdemic, plandemic, then all of a sudden you might just find another set of rules, of commandments, because they're always chipping away at our life, at our happiness, at our joy, at our freedoms. We have to stop this elite group of sick psychopaths by ignoring and not feeding it. The system is dark, the system is evil. It is all connected to AI. It's all connected to all of these organizations that are pushing spear arm into you, 3 dart finish into you. They are all part of the same puppet master who controls all of these puppets. The biggest crime of humanity over these past 100 years, I believe, has happened over these 2 years. And whether I'm proven right or wrong, it doesn't matter anymore. It's already done. Box clever, be smart, look after yourself, keep working on yourself, eat healthy, drink natural water free from plastics, start to eat organic, start to look after yourself in so many ways that are spiritual. Pray, send healing to yourself, work on yourself daily. That, my dear friends, will overshadow, it will light over the shadow, it will rise above that darkness of fear that they constantly pump into you day after day. My message is the power and the answer to healing this world lies within you. It's up to you to make that change, because like those stones, if you can get millions of people to look at them stones and read them, they are creating what they are creating by words and spells and rituals. You've just done it. So create your own words, create your own light spells, create your own happiness and joy, and create your own future, and stop looking at all of those things. That's what I would say. You're an amazing soul. You already know this. I'm preaching to the converted, because those who are already done what they've done, there's nothing we can do. We just pray every day and hope they have a good, healthy and happy life. Have a great day. Take care.